Okay. Hope this works this time. Alright. My name is MichaelaBearer. The class I'm taking is History 1302, and semester is Fall 2023. I chose Michael Richter, and if you compare our names, you can see that they're pretty similar, at least the first names are. And I'll get into more of that later. So, Michael Richter's place of birth, according to his record, was Katowice, Poland, and he was born there in 1929. He was named after his maternal grandfather, Michael Kraus, according to his mother's record. His record lists his year of death as 1940, which would mean that he was only 11 years old when he was killed. He died at Auschwitz concentration camp. His record states that he was 14 when he died, so either his age or his date of death is entered in wrong, or his date of birth could be wrong. His mother, Berta Richter, born 1905 in Bedzin, Poland. Her record shows, so Bedzin's right here, Katowice is right here. Her record shows that she was 38 at the time it was taken, and she died at Auschwitz concentration camp as well. If she was 38 years old at the time of her death, then the year would have been 1943, but the date is not actually listed on her record, and I wanted to make a note of that. His father, Moritz Richter, born in 1903 in Szczecin, Poland. There's not very much information on him in the Yad Vashem website, so I'm not fully sure that I found the right Moritz Richter, because there were a few by the same name, but this particular guy was also shown that he lived in Katowice during the war, so I think it's probably the same guy, but I'm not 100% sure. Just wanted to make note of that. Katowice was Mikhail's birthplace and the place where he lived most of his life. His record shows that he was moved northeast to the province of Bedzin, where his mother grew up during the war. However, his mother's record shows that she remained in Katowice during the war, so I don't know if they were separated or if she sent him there in the hopes that he would be safe. But either way, they were both ultimately taken to Auschwitz and killed, sadly. So, another note I wanted to mention was that Katowice and Bedzin were both industrial and coal mining provinces, and Bedzin was also noted for the manufacture of fine cloth and other crafts, and for more information on that, you can go to my Works Cited page and click the link. The place of death. Mikhail's record shows that he was murdered at Auschwitz concentration camp, which was only about 20 miles from Katowice, where he grew up. Auschwitz is the German name for the Polish city of Oswiecim, and please forgive me, I'm probably messing up all of the pronunciations of these names. There were two other separate camps located in nearby cities surrounding Auschwitz. Auschwitz I, which was the main camp, Auschwitz II, which was the killing center, and then the third one, Auschwitz III, or Auschwitz Monowitz, was named for the nearby Polish town of Monowitz. And they were kind of all part of a bigger complex, and which was surrounded by a number of smaller subcamps in the areas, areas, districts, towns surrounding it. And they were also used for labor and extermination. And I know this is kind of gruesome, but I needed to include it. And again, Mikhail's record states that he was murdered at Auschwitz in the year 1940. Remembering Michael Richter, I chose Mikhail because he and I have very, very similar names. The Hebrew translation of the name Mikhail or Michael, or Michaela, like my name, is who was like the Lord. And I always thought that was cool. And when I saw his name, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. And the name of the person who submitted both Mikhail and Berta's records is, or was, Shoshana Zalmanovitz, or that was her name. And her relationship to Mikhail is that they were cousins, or they would have been cousins if he had lived. And I thought this was really, really interesting because I also have a little cousin named Shoshana. So that was another thing that kind of drew me in and made me interested in this case. In my opinion, every victim or survivor of the Holocaust deserves to be remembered by someone in some way, no matter what way that is, and this presentation is just a small reminder that a young person named Michael Richter did live at one time, and I only wish I could have learned more about him than I was able to from his and his parents' records, because that would have been really neat. And I think researching any Holocaust victim is impactful because it makes us stop and think about the people who came before us and what they went through in their lives. And that's something that made me ponder a little bit when I was researching him. Michael Richter was just a child, and yet he faced so much more during his short life than I may ever see in this world, or really most people in this generation, in this day and age, will ever see. And even though I wasn't able to gain much information on his life, I think I can honestly say that I will not forget him easily. And here's my works cited.